Badger fans really excited about this one. We got a big time target in that 2026 class, kid with a lot of arm talent joining the show. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about his game. Let's talk about Phil Longo. Today's Locked On Badgers. Let's go.
You are Locked On Badgers, your daily podcast on the Wisconsin Badgers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is going on, Badger fans? Welcome to Locked On Badgers. Thank you for joining us. Really do appreciate y'all as always. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. This summer, FanDuel's hooking up all customers with a boost or bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone. Go over to FanDuel.com/lockedon to get started. And we got a great guest on today, so we're not going to waste any more time. We got Jarin Mock, quarterback in the 2026 class out of Pinkerton, Ohio, joining the show. Wisconsin recently offered. Jarin, man, thank you so much for jumping on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. I want to start here. We always start kind of with the game. How would you scout your game?
I feel like I can extend plays when I want to and also stay in the pocket and make throws through hits. So I feel like that's probably the biggest part, making throws through hits.
Yeah, that's one of the things about your game I thought was most impressive, man. Like when you watch film, a lot of young quarterbacks want to tuck and run the ball, right? As soon as the pocket breaks down. Where does that come from? Because you stay in there to the last second.
Yeah, just me and my dad working on it, like sometimes in the backyard or just making sure I stay in the pocket to get the ball to those guys that can make plays. So just trying to do whatever to win the game.
I bet your receivers love that. Receivers, running backs.
Yeah, they love it.
Because there's definitely times where you could run with the ball, right? You could easily pick up 10 to 15 yards. Is there times where your coach is like, I need you to, at that point, tuck the ball and run?
Yeah, it was a couple times last year. To point out one of the examples, it was Newark, and I scrambled out the pocket, and I threw it was like a 10-yard pass, but he felt like I could have probably scored if I'd have ran the ball. So,
yeah, there's some of that on film where other players I would feel like would easily tuck the ball and run. Another thing I really like about your film, and I'm curious to get into your mindset, there's like no panic to you. There's 2 or 3 clips on your sophomore film where it's for whatever reason, the snap isn't quite there. It's over your head, or, there's no panic. You get it. You extend the play. You still find a receiver. You're very calm in the pocket for a younger quarterback.
Yeah, I feel like some of that comes from just stuff off the field, like making sure my head's right before the games and stuff like that, and like what kind of music I listen to before the game. So I feel like that plays a big part in that, me being calm during the game.
Talk to me through that routine. Like what? Because other athletes I feel like could use that. What music do you listen to before the game?
Usually I don't listen to sometimes right before the game, I don't listen to no rap. It might be like some lo-fi or something, or like R&B, something like real slow and calming, so you get my head right.
When you watch yourself on film, like what are things you're picking up as you head into your junior year, senior year? What are things you're trying to work on with your game?
I feel like sometimes last year I got lazy with my feet work, so just trying to polish that up and not get mistakes from me not doing what I have to do with my feet, and then it ends up being like an incompletion or the worst thing, an interception.
I always get interested with what athletes are actually doing to improve it. So like the footwork is a huge part of playing quarterback, obviously. What are there specific drills you're working on? Do you have a trainer, a coach?
Yeah, I have a trainer, Brad. It's like QBX. That's what it's called. I forget how to pronounce his last name, but I go to him maybe twice a week, and he gets me right.
Okay. How much time a week do you think you put into football? From lifting weights, working out, watching film, working with a trainer? What's the commitment like?
It's pretty much, that pretty much fills up my whole week, just lifting and polishing up my stuff, like with my throwing motion, my feet work, and also I'm a 2-sport athlete, so sometimes I'm busy with basketball.
First of all, I love multi-sport athletes, right? I think at times players specializing, you burn out, you don't develop other skills. Talk to me about your basketball game quick.
I feel like my coach puts me everywhere. Like I can bring the ball up, guard big, so I got a big frame, so he used me wherever he pretty much wants and needs me.
More of a slasher or a jump shooter?
I kind of portray my game as both. But I feel like my bread and butter is getting to the rim since I'm so big. So
Love it, man. How do you think your teammates would describe you?
a real laid back guy, but when it comes game time, I'm kind of fired up. So um, very caring, and sometimes I take my teammates out to eat maybe once a week or every once in a while. So yeah.
And then obviously being a quarterback, man, leadership's a big part of it. And there's a lot of ways to lead. How would you describe maybe your leadership and where you're trying to grow in that area?
Yeah, I feel like right now I'm like a kind of like a lead by example type of guy, but I feel like sometimes you need that leading with like vocally. So I'm trying to work on that also.
And what do you think your coach would say about you? So we figure out what your teammates would say. What do you think your coach would say?
He probably thinks I'm pretty funny. I joke around with my head coach a lot, so that's pretty much who I spend my most time with during school. He helps me with some of my work, so we be chopping it up.
What are coming into your junior year? What are your goals for the team, and then for yourself?
For the team, well, I feel like this everybody goes to like make it to the state championship, but for me, I just feel like for real, I want to break the school record for passing yards and passing touchdowns.
Do you know what you need for that?
I think the passing touchdowns is 35 in the season, and then I think it was like 2,500 yards for passing.
Okay. Dude, let's get it. We'll follow along, man. Well, I encourage everyone to go follow at Jarin_Mock26. We'll follow the journey along. We'll cheer along. One of the things with your film too that was really impressive is your touch, post route, feathering the ball over the linebacker or the safety. You have really a lot of younger quarterbacks again with a big arm, and you have the arm will just rifle every pass. Where did that touch come from? That accuracy?
Pretty much in practice. Like at my old school, we had some pretty good DBs, so I had to make it hard for them to get to my ball. So yeah, pretty much just working with some pretty nice DBs in practice and just getting the feel for it. So yeah.
You said you worked with your dad a little bit. How cool is it to work with your dad on something athletic? Is that something that he's really involved in?
Yeah, he gives me some workouts or like stretch routines before I go to my trainers or something. But that's who I pretty much watch on my film with is my dad, and he critiques me a lot. So I like that.
When did it start for you, the journey for football? Like, when do you remember first saying, man, I could be like a college player at this?
Pretty much everybody would tell me I was like good in little league and stuff, but like I didn't take it serious. But like middle school, like 8th grade year, that's when I really started ramping it up. Like started seeing myself being really good.
Is there a play that you can remember where everyone's like, oh my gosh, that dude's amazing?
Yeah, it was one play, 8th grade year, last game of the season. We played actually against my current school now. It was like one of the first plays of the game, and I threw like a 40-yard bomb for on a go. So
what does that feel like for all of us, including myself, who have never been in that spot? What does that feel like to drop a dime like that?
It felt good. It got me into my groove going toward the game. So it felt good.
Last question here. What's more frustrating for you as a quarterback, to miss a wide open throw, like you got somebody streaking down the sideline and you overthrow it, underthrow it, whatever, or to have that wide open throw and you don't get the chance because maybe there's a free rusher, he gets you off your spot?
I feel like it's probably like me just missing the throw. Like, I feel like I know probably after the throw, I know why I missed it. And then it's just like I probably won't get it back since the defense is probably going to adjust to it. But, yeah, probably just missing an open throw.
What's your guys' playbook like? Like, what kind of offense do you guys run?
We run a spread, pretty much, a lot of spread offense. You know, we run a little bit of empty, so we're going to be very explosive this year.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. We're going to take a quick break, come back with Jarin Mock. We're going to talk a little bit about Wisconsin, the conversation with Phil Longo, the Wisconsin offer, what was camp like. That's coming up next with a big-time 26 target, Jarin Mock. But first, a quick break for our friends of the show over at FanDuel. Right now, FanDuel remains your number one source for all of your sportsbook needs. It's the official sportsbook of the Locked On Network for a reason. It's fast, easy, quick, simple to use. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's $200 you can use on parlays, futures, teasers, spreads, whatever it is. Please, as always, do it responsibly. but it is a simple, fast, easy to use way to spice up your sports weekend. And again, right now you get that great new FanDuel offer, $200 in bonus bets with your first $5 bet wins. Visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and bet on baseball or futures with college football, college basketball, and the NFL coming up. That's FanDuel.com/lockedon. All right, let's get Mr. Jarin Mock back on the show. Well, I have your Twitter down there. Is there anywhere else people can follow your journey?
On Instagram, that's pretty much where I be at. Well, I be on Twitter more than I be on Instagram, but it's I am sauce, but 3 instead of an E. So
okay, yeah, we'll definitely link that as well when we release the show, so everyone can follow along, cheer along on the journey. Let's talk recruiting process. Who was the first offer that came in?
It was Miami of Ohio for me. Well, actually, no, it was UMass. It was like last year, school year before I transferred. It was he called me. My head coach called me, and I'm out at a fire drill, and he asked me if I was standing up or sitting down, and I'm like, I'm standing up because we're at a fire drill, and then that's when he told me I got the offer from UMass. So it was a pretty surreal experience. I was excited or like pumped up for the rest of the day, so it was a pretty good feeling.
Did you go celebrate somewhere? Did you go get like dinner somewhere?
Nah, I just came back and told my family we were just happy about it. So we didn't do nothing big.
I mean, that's incredible though. And did you feel like that was when in that moment, did you say, okay, this is the first of many to come? Or were you just more like, this is amazing?
Yeah, I feel like it was like first of many because I had some other interests before I even got the offer. So yeah, I feel like it was the first of many, and then that's when they really start rolling in after I transferred.
Do you get a lot? So I feel like we always see social media pictures of big time recruits and they're getting mail from all these colleges and campuses and coaches. Does that happen? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it happens. I'm not that type of guy that posts all of that. So it's just not my style. Like I'm a type of work in silence type of guy. So
well, let me ask you this. How do you balance your time? Right? Because obviously you're taking time out of your day right now to do an interview. You have coaches you talk to, camps to set up. You said you work out about every night with football, and you still have obviously academics. You still got to be a kid. Like, how do you balance your time?
I got some friends. It's a small group of friends. They always keep me level headed, and they also push me during my sports, and they're also athletes themselves. So I got most all my friends are pretty much D1 athletes, but they're on the other side with basketball. So they keep me level-headed and push me every day.
Does it get a lot on social media as a D1 kind of athlete recruit, or is it something that's kind of fun and exciting?
It's a lot. It's like kind of both. It's a lot, but I pretty much turn my notifications off. So only for Instagram, but I gotta make sure I stay up on my Twitter. So yeah.
No, I appreciate it. Let's talk about Phil Longo. Let's talk about Wisconsin. Went to camp. First of all, what was camp like? What was that experience like? How was it structured? What they have you do?
I liked it. It was probably one of my favorite camps. We did some off-platform throws, rolling out throws. I feel like them throws fit my game a lot. So I like the camp, and I like Longo a lot.
I think those throws are tailor suited to what you showed on film. Like your ability to roll and deliver passes on target is at an elite level. So that had to shine through in camp. Did they seem impressed after that?
Yeah, but Phil, he didn't. I feel like he didn't give me my props, but I know he liked what he saw. But at the same time, I kind of like that, like not giving me too much props and like actually pushing me to my best.
So let's talk about the offer then. What was it like to get the Wisconsin offer?
It was surreal. It was my first Power 4 now, but so he worked me out before school, and we talked for like maybe like an hour straight, and I was kind of like bummed that he didn't say I got the offer, but my OC, he told me call him after school, and I'm like, you probably just want to talk some more, but I called him on my way to one of my workouts, and he told me I got the offer. So it was a pretty fun experience.
What is he like? You had a long conversation. Like, what is he like talking to one-on-one?
I feel like he's kind of like me, more laid back, and like talking ball with him, he knows what he's talking about. So his offense is kind of simple and also kind of complex. So I like that a lot.
Do you go back and look at like some of the offenses he's been a part of, some of the quarterbacks he's been a part of, and say, well, that makes sense for a guy like you who plays in a shotgun spread system in high school?
Yeah, I watched a lot of Drake May when he was at North Carolina. So that's probably one of the main quarterbacks that I watched from his offense and his schemes.
Who else did you any other coaches you spent time talking to on the Wisconsin staff?
Actually, I think Coach Rose, that's his name, Lee Rose. I went down there for a little barbecue, and we had like a little scavenger hunt around Madison. So me and him were paired up, and he's a pretty nice guy. He told me pretty much his life story, and he was fun to bond with.
What is Madison like from your perspective, through your eyes?
For me, I kind of compare it to Columbus. It's like a not really small town, but there's plenty of people, and they're all diehard fans of the Badgers. So that's a good sign.
It's a place that rallies around Wisconsin for sure. Last one on recruitment and just kind of that process. Do you have a rough timeline? Any spot you're looking to make a decision at some point?
I'll probably make a decision going into my senior year, or that was pretty much my plan. Just waiting it out, and then going into my senior year, that football season, I'll probably commit.
That's phenomenal, man. We're going to take one more quick break, come back with lightning round. Jarin Mock on the show. Really excited to chop it up with this 26 quarterback. One quick break for our friends of the show, and a quick second to say thank you to everybody tuning in, everybody listening, wherever you're seeing it, wherever you're getting it. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. All right, let's get Mr. Jarin Mock back on the show, finish up here. And as always, really do appreciate the time, man. Can't say that enough. You ready for some quick lightning round questions?
Sure.
All right. Hidden talent, something outside of athletics. Can't be football, basketball.
Either singing or playing video games.
Video games. What's your favorite video game?
Right now is Call of Duty, but I'm really waiting on that new college football game to come out. So
yes, and you're gonna be in that. What have you thought about, like, what it's gonna be like to be in a college football game?
Oh yeah, I kind of thought about it a lot. I'll probably before even I get the college, I'll probably make a player and put them on one of the teams. So just seeing that, like when I'm really in the game, it'll be surreal.
And I mean, I guess not this one, but like they're going to keep making iterations. Eventually, you're going to be in this game. What should your arm strength be?
Well, coming in as a freshman, they'll probably put it like low 70s, but to be honest, I think it should be like up there in 95s.
Yes. What about accuracy?
It'd probably be like freshman year, it'll probably be also in the low 60s or 70s, but around like high 80s, like 89.
What about speed?
I'm kind of working on that now, but they'll probably have me. And well, if I'm saying it, I'll probably be in the high 80s.
Give me one more. Give me awareness.
99.
Yeah, I think you'd mark out pretty well there. Yeah. Give me, what's the worst football game you can ever remember playing?
I've never been into Madden, so.
Oh no, I mean you personally. Like, can you remember a game?
Yeah, Groveport last year, it was shambles. So I went back, learned from it, but yeah, it wasn't my best performance.
Give me something like your comfort food, something you go to eat when you need to feel a little bit better.
Macaroni and cheese. That's probably my top one.
Love it. Mentor in your life, somebody you really look up to?
Either my dad or my brother. I talk to them a lot. So just calling my brother, or anytime I need to talk to him, I could talk to him.
What's something about your brother that makes you look up to him? Like, what's something that he's done?
He's pretty much the reason why I started playing football, just watching him. And during like middle school and watching him play on Friday nights, it just inspired me to go out there and do that one day. So
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, finish, please.
He pushes me a lot to be the best. So
was he a similar athlete to you in high school, or better, or a little worse? What do you think?
Nah, I feel like I was better. I'm better than him at being an athlete, but He played a different position. He played receiver, so it's
Who's faster?
me for sure.
I love it. I love it. Who's a player you look up? Maybe not look up to, but a player that you're like, I like his game a lot. I want to play like him.
Patrick Mahomes. He like real laid back and chill, like relaxed in the pocket and can extend plays. So, and when he wants to, he can run the ball. So
Yeah, he's got that kind of that Houdini type. As you can't get him down, and when you do, that's another thing with your game, by the way. Different arm angles. Do you pick that up from Mahomes? You're throwing a little sidearm at times, a little over the top at times. You have that ability.
I feel like I saw him do it. I've been like practicing in the backyard, just changing it up. So I feel like I got comfortable with it now.
What's academically, and I know it's a long ways off, but is there something you're like, I'd kind of like to study that wherever I end up at college?
Either sports management, and I also want to minor in coaching. So I want to, give back to younger people and see where they can take this football stuff too.
That's phenomenal. All right, 2 more questions. When you're done with your career, again, wherever you end up going, maybe selfishly, hopefully Madison, but wherever you end up going, what do you hope to have accomplished there by the time you leave?
I want to win a Heisman and win the national championship every year that I'm there. So that's always probably the ultimate goal of any college team now, just winning a natty. But yeah.
I love it. And last one here, message for college fans, people are going to watch this. What type of player is whatever school getting when they get Jarin Mock? What are they getting?
They're going to get an explosive player. He going to try to do what he can do to once the clock hits 0, we're going to be up by some points and win the game. And also bring home the gold from the natty. So, yeah.
I love it. He is Jarin Mock. Go give him a follow. We'll link his social media accounts. Jarin, man, thank you so much for jumping on the show. This has been awesome.
No problem.
All right, on Wisconsin, and we will talk to all of you later.